Hey YouTube, thought I'd just do a video on this 24 egg incubator. Actually purchased this from Amazon and it was described as a KKTECT egg incubator. I've actually seen this on for sale on eBay as well, where it's actually described as a Triocottage egg incubator. So there's not actually any brand name on here, so I'm not quite sure which brand it is. I've had a look on Google and to see if I can find any instructions for it, but there's nothing at all. So I purchased this from Amazon for $69.99, I think it was. I'll see if I can put a picture of the purchase up on here. But it arrived okay. It just arrived in a unbranded box there. Came with a polystyrene covering for the top and for the bottom. I made the stupid mistake of leaving the top out on the floor and my wife threw it away. Lesson to all you guys out there. But I've still got the base, which I've actually cut off the bottom just so I can see the eggs inside, and just so I can see that they are actually turning, because I wasn't convinced about these rollers at first. It is an automatic turner. But you have to look really closely because they turn really slow. For the first few days I did see it turn once, and I played with the settings a little bit and got it to turn, and I did see it actually move, but it does turn really slow. I'll see if I can show you that later on. The instructions that came with it, well, not great. They're actually in German, I think. And it's also in French as well, and I think maybe in Russian as well, but there's no English instructions on this whatsoever. I bought this really against my best judgment. It hasn't got great ratings on Amazon. I think it's got a rating of 2.8 stars. A lot of people reported it breaking down, temperature not being right, so I left it be. But I had eggs being delivered and I didn't have a choice, so I actually just purchased this one because it had quick shipping. I think I had next day delivery, so I had to get something, so I bought this one. So actually, somebody did leave a review on Amazon with some instructions on what to do and how to set it, but I suppose the good thing is as soon as you actually plugged it in, is it actually comes with sort of like a pre-setting, so the temperature went up to 37.9, which is what the recommended temperature is for this incubator. You can set it to be a different one, which I have, which I can show you how to do that later. The setup was quite simple though. It comes with an adapter and a European plug, which actually was not easy to get in. It takes a bit of force to actually get that in there. I don't actually want to touch it or curse it, but yeah, that seems to be up and running okay. That's been running for about 5 days now, 5 days, so yeah, power's been okay. It comes with a squeezy bottle, that's so you can fill the water up through 2 holes there, and also a spray as well to sort of moisten the eggs. I think you're supposed to do that 3 or 4 times a day. And it comes with these rollers. I didn't need them all, so I've taken one out, but that's the rollers that are inside. And yeah, that was pretty easy to set up. So inside, I'll quickly show you the eggs, and I've got them set up there. Now you have these wires that you have to connect. That's for apparently the humidity and the temperature readings. You'll hear this beep now in a minute to tell me that the temperature is dropping. See if I can put that on now. It'll start to drop. There we go. So it's beeping now to tell you that it's low. You can just press the minus sign there to stop it from beeping, because it is quite loud and annoying. But them wires that are actually there, they are a bit annoying. You can see them there, they're quite long. And they're not actually supposed to touch the water at the bottom of the tray. So what I've actually done is I used just like a plastic tie at the top there, just a tie to the top to keep it up, because they are quite long and it's hard to stop them dipping in the water. So maybe come up with a way to stop that happening. The other thing that it does come with on here, which is quite useful, is a candler. So that's the light button. I actually have a standalone egg candler, so I haven't actually used that yet, but I'm sure that's fine. What other good things about it? Actually, it does turn automatically. You can turn it at any point just by pressing the up button. And you see the lights come on now for it to turn. And if you watch it very slowly, you can just about see it turning. So it does that, and I'll show you how to actually set that up. One of the negatives about this is it does show the temperature, but it doesn't show the humidity. So you do really need to buy a hydrometer, which I've got in there. I'll actually need to open the vent hole a little bit because that's actually a little bit high at the moment. Should really have that around 60, between 50 and 60% it should be. Now this hydrometer I bought from Amazon is not great, it's not showing the right temperature. It does seem to be quite accurate outside of the incubator, but inside it's not. But I'm hoping the humidity is about right, because that does seem to be going up and down, and that works okay. So I'm just using it really for the humidity, because it does not come with any way to monitor the humidity. So to set it right, so like I said, it does come predefined or preset at 37.9. So as soon as you plug it in, it heats up to 37.9. And you can just leave it if you're confident that that temperature is being reached. I'm not, which is probably because of the hydrometer that I bought, and it's made me think, oh, is it actually right, the temperature? When I feel it, it is warm, but I'm not sure it was absolutely right. So I did increase it by, I think, 0.5. And the way that I actually did that is if you press the set button once, it shows you what I've set up, which is 38.2. Oh, I've actually put it at 38.2. If you press set again, that'll also show you what it is. The heat button comes on, and then when it reaches the desired temperature, it goes off, and then it comes back on again and off, kind of thing. So it just keeps the heat going there. Like I said, I don't know if I'm 100% sure if the temperature is actually right or not. I'm hoping that it is. There's got to be some kind of level of trust, I guess, with these, because the hydrometer doesn't work, and I have tried another temperature gauge which is actually way off from what the hydrometer and what the actual incubator says. So maybe it's something to do with the conditions inside the incubator, why it's not accurate. I'm not too sure, but yeah, I've just got to trust that the incubator's right and the other items are wrong. So that's all we can do. Yeah, so it's been running for 5 days. Seems to be okay. The eggs, I've got silky eggs in there. They all seem to be doing quite well. I've candled a few of them, and there is definitely some blood vessels that can be seen. So that's good news. Obviously, we won't know the hatch rate of this for another couple of weeks. But a lot of people have left bad reviews for this incubator based on the hatch rate, which I think is a bit harsh, because you know, it can go off off different factors outside of the incubator, you know, whether they're fertilized and so on. So I think it'd be a bit harsh to judge it on the hatch rate. But as the incubator, like I said, as long as the temperature is working okay, then it's been running fine, it's consistent. It's got a vent hole here so you can adjust the humidity and make sure there's fresh air going in. It does turn. The water reservoir is easy to fill up. So yeah, so far so good. I suppose I should show you how to set it if you did want to change things. So, like I said, if you do want to change the temperature up and down, just press it once, and it will show you what you've got it at the moment. And you can change that, right? There we go, when it's flashing, you can change that up or down. And then press the set key, and that will do it. That is the best way if you want to change the temperature up and down. Obviously, to change the humidity, add some water or close the vent to increase it or decrease it. That's probably the only way you can affect the humidity. Now the turning, now it's, I think the pre-settings that it comes with, it turns it for 200 seconds every 90 minutes. Now I actually changed that because I thought, well, the turn time, that's quite a lot, and every 90 minutes it's being turned, I don't know what, 6 times a day, maybe more. Well, in 24 hours at least anyway. So if you do want to change that, if you press and hold the set key, you will get different settings. This is PO. Now apparently that is the temperature settings, which you can change. I don't change it that way. Program 1, Program 2 and Program 3, they are different settings, I believe. But when I've gone onto them, I'll show you, like even there. You can increase that by 2. And I don't actually know what that does. I've tried it and it doesn't seem to do anything. So personally, I would leave that alone. I wouldn't touch that. To get back to the beginning, you just press and hold the set key and that will just take you back to the beginning. So if I press and hold it again. Okay, so program 0, program 1, program 2, and program 3. Personally, I would just leave because it's all to do with temperature, which you can just adjust at the beginning just by pressing the set key once. And then you get to F1 and F2. Now if I go to F1, try this again, there we go. Right, now so F1, so that's the time between turns. So that's the time between each time the roller's turn. So that's 200 minutes. Is that right? Let's try that again. Oh, there we go, F1. So 200, right, so there's 200 minutes in between each turn. I think 200 is the maximum. Yeah, 200 is maximum. So I've got it to maximum because I thought it was turning too many times during 24 hours. So I just turned it to the max, changed that to the maximum of 200 minutes. So, you know, so it's, I suppose it's changing every couple of hours or so. So what I need to do now is actually press and hold it to get back to the beginning. Press and hold set again. Let's go into the menu. And then if we go down to F2 and set. Right, so this is the time in seconds that it turns for. Now that's set at 200, I think, when you buy it, so you can change that. I changed it to 100 because I thought 200 seconds, I mean, I know it turns slow, but 200 seconds seems a lot. So I changed that to 100. And I'd say 100 is enough for the egg to turn halfway, because it does go really slow. So yeah, so that works well for me. Obviously it depends on the size of egg you've got, and you know, whatever settings you actually want to put it at. So that's pretty much how you set it up. I thought I'd do a video on that because there is no English instructions, and you can't really find anything else online. I luckily found it on an Amazon review, how to set it up. So hopefully this helps you guys. I'll do another video at the end to see, you know, what kind of hatch rate it provides with. Like I said, I mean, it's a bit harsh to judge it on that alone, but if none of them hatch, then, you know, maybe there is a problem with the incubator. But this wasn't cheap, I don't think. I mean, obviously there's a lot more expensive incubators out there, but it did get a lot of bad reviews, and I thought, well, this one's actually working okay for me so far anyway, so we'll see how things go. Okay, right, thank you guys.